We know that society, culture, and even religion have shaped our views on femininity. How much of what we see today as femininity is influenced by outside forces versus what's truly authentic to the individual?
I'd say about 90% of what makes up a person is what they're influenced by. People people mistake things that they see, and I feel like when you're someone that's easily influenced, you tend to do things that are out of your nature, or you tend to make it your nature because you think that that's what society's doing, so I got to do that too. But we don't have to be that way. You can choose not to. You don't have to internalize everything that you see, hear, or experience.
I feel like people are the biggest influencers. Every day you can go to work, you can go to the store, you can go anywhere. Your friends can call you on the phone and you can tell them any scenario in your life and they're going to tell you, girl, you should do this or you should be like this. And I wouldn't do this. And then they'll go home and do something completely different. So to me, people are the biggest influencers for me, or else is trying to tell you how to do something that they would not do.
This is why you don't tell people your business when you're in relationships.
Absolutely.
You sit around, you try to get experience. You listen. That was more probably some of the biggest mistakes that I've made was telling people, not everybody, but like people in my family, things that I go through with the person I was with, and it makes the person look bad. And then when you continue to be with that person, it makes you look bad too because you're like, well, he's doing this, so this and that. When it's just like, listen, this is our first time living, you guys. No one, this isn't our second time living. Everything we're experiencing every day we go that goes by, that's our first time experiencing it. Some may be repetitive because they're not learning from previous mistakes, but for the most part, when you experience something, it's your first time. So how you react to something is going to be completely different. And I feel like when you're in a relationship, when you have an issue or you have conflict, you take it up with your partner and try to resolve it within. And if you do need some type of influence, it has to be someone that's going to really help you and not judge you, because we all make mistakes and we're not perfect and we say and do things that others might find questionable. But for the most part, it's we're humans and that's going to happen. So when you go around telling everybody your business, your friends, your family, then now everybody has an insight of how you guys should be, and it puts more pressure on the relationship. It adds more conflict and people start acting weird around you. It's just a lot of those things can be avoided when you just keep what you got going on with your part with your, you guys hate that word, with your person, and continue to you know fix it amongst yourselves.
Uh, I think this conversation kind of circles back to the one that we had previously with Coel. I think that is important, especially if you're in a serious and committed relationship, that you have uh, some type of mentor, uh, some type of person that's as invested into you as you potentially well, as you are in your relationship, to really help guide you, through those tough times where you may need the proper information to get through whatever it is that you're going through. I think the biggest problem is that on a lot of these panels that people tune into, of course, not this one, but people will tune into toxic panels where that's all the focus is. It's not about finding a resolution, about coming together, about working through the difficult times, the very things that you experience in life, right? Just as an individual, you go through complicated times and moments on by yourself. So to think that you're not going to go through that with a person, and then to think that the easiest thing to do is to walk away. If you do that with yourself, you'll more than likely never find success. So I think that it's important to be around like-minded people, or have someone that you look up to that understands what goes on in a relationship, and that's willing to help guide you to make the best decisions for you and your wife or your husband.
Yeah, and I know, like me, I said it. I think it was a couple weeks ago, a couple Wednesdays ago, or Sunday. I don't remember, but talking about hanging around with married people, I have no desire to hang around a bunch of single dudes or have my wife hang around a bunch of singles. What's the benefit that my wife's going to get hanging around a bunch of single women? Nothing. Learn how to be single, how to move and operate single. We don't need to know that. We've been down that road before, and we don't want to go back. Me as a man, I don't want to hang around a bunch of single dudes and interact with them all like that on a regular basis. I'm not going to get any benefit out of it, to the point where they're going to try to influence me to move and operate like a single man, even though I'm not. But that's how they do. Why? Because they don't totally respect or disrespect the sanctity of marriage. Now, there's some men that do. I'm not going to say all of them don't. There's some men that do. But for those that don't, yeah, you really don't need to be around. Not even my family members. I don't. We family. I understand we blood. But I'm gonna love you from a distance because I know how you move and operate, and you don't respect marriage, and you want to do everything and all things like a single person. But that's not how they be moving. Now, a strong-minded man like me can handle that. But I may have another cousin who's weak-minded, who falls for that bullshit and wants to go out there and do the same thing his single cousin to do. And now I gotta talk him off the list. Dog, it ain't what you want to do. Why would you want to put your marriage, your relationship in jeopardy by going out and doing what they trying to do? Hanging at the strip club all night, hanging at the bars all night, trying to drag your ass in 2 or 3 in the morning. It's not a good move. Because let me tell you what's going to end up happening. You're going to be in the other room or on that goddamn couch. And you're going to have a whole argument, and you done blew about $100 wasted on these strip clubs. You bought another $50 to $60 on food and bullshit. And what did you get out of it? Nothing but a headache, because she's gonna be on your ass. Yeah, I would definitely not encourage it. So any man who I know is single who's looking to be married, I say, brother, you might need to have a conversation with some of these married brothers. See how they move and operate, how they think. And maybe they could possibly help you get the results you want. You hang around your single boys, you're gonna remain single. I know y'all women think women all in one of men keep women single. Oh, there's men to keep other men single. Please believe me, because they get just like some of these single women. They get jealous, they get envious, and they want us they act like they get possessive at times. And that's crazy to even think another man could be a possessive woman, but they out there. They like that. It happens. Because I had to get behind the curtain scene, dog. I mean, just gonna keep it all the way honest here, right?
I agree.
Man, I feel like you as a person, you doing the things that you do despite your friends and everything. Like, I feel like what makes you different is you knowing you. I keep going back to you knowing who you are. Because despite if you got friends that's single and out and about in the clubs and the bars every day, what am I doing? What's my focal point? What is it that I'm trying to get out of life? What am I trying to focus on? I feel like that's what differentiates, between you and having friends that are in the mix in the places that you're not really supposed to be in.